Now it's time for Lefties Losing It, and let's take a look at the Grammys. They were just on, though no one with a life seems to care too much, but we had an assortment of Lefties Losing It. So let's have a look at the top 5. Now, while much of the attention was on the tacky exhibitionist antics of Kanye and his Australian wife, Bianca Censori, it was the usual suspects with their TDS afflictions that sought to turn a night about music into one about politics. Let's start with an award that was nakedly political. Giving Beyonce the best country album is just pure politics. She's about as country as she is a natural blonde. Even she looked embarrassed by this award.
Cowboy Carter, Beyonce.
Not expecting this.
Yeah, we're all shocked. And no one who actually listens to and loves country music takes that seriously, because whether you love her album or not, it ain't country, folks. Now, coming in at number 4 in the Grammys Lefties Losing It list is Shakira, who couldn't help but virtue signal in a most vacuous and unnecessary fashion.
I want to dedicate this award to all my immigrant brothers and sisters in this country. You're loved, you're worth it, and I will always fight with you.
She will always fight with us? Why? What do we do, Shakira? Imagine being so out of touch that you miss that Latina voters, Hispanic voters supported Trump in enormous numbers, or being so thick that you conflate illegal immigration with legal immigration. Not a single legal migrant is facing deportation or needs to be told by a Colombian songstress that they are loved. Now to the number 3 position, and it goes to a queer singer. That's what she calls herself. I've never heard of her, but she did win Best New Artist, and of course she had to mouth off about the LGBTQIA++ community and what she calls trans joy.
Trans people have always existed and they will forever exist, and they will never, no matter what happens, take trans joy away, and that has to be protected more than anything, because I would not be here without trans girls. So just know that pop music is thinking about you and cares about you.
Coming in at number 2 is another activist who has long been vocal in her support for the Democrats, who has urged Americans to vote for Hillary, vote for Biden and Kamala, and who is a single woman with little idea of the national divorce happening in the LGBTQ community, where many LGB folk are saying goodbye to the TQ activist. Here is Lady Gaga telling trans people that they're not invisible. No kidding.
Trans people are not invisible. Trans people deserve love. The queer community deserves to be lifted up. Music is love. Thank you.
And the number 1 lefty losing it at the Grammys is Alicia Keys. You'll remember her. She had to apologise, or should that be clarify, her questionable post about a paraglider whilst dressed in Palestinian colours just a few days after October 7. And who can forget her posing in a burqa like it's some high fashion item at a time where Muslim women in countries like Iran are risking their lives fighting against such garments. So let's hear what Alicia had to say at the Grammys. I'm sure this is going to be riveting.
This is not the time to shut down the diversity of voices. We've seen on this stage talented, hardworking people from different backgrounds with different points of view, and it changes the game. DEI is not a threat, it's a gift. And the more voices, the more powerful the sound. When destructive forces try to burn us down, we rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
DEI is not a threat, it's a gift. No, DEI is neo-Marxist lunacy. It's racism and sexism dressed up as false tolerance, and it has no place in a free society where people should be judged on their character and skills, not factors they have zero control over, like their gender, race, ethnicity. As for the diversity on the stage Alicia Keys talked about, name one artist who performed or was honoured with an award who represents the majority of Americans who voted for Trump. Far from being an example of diverse voices, the music industry, like Hollywood, is full of out-of-touch, privileged idiots. An industry that is among the most closed-minded, bigoted and divorced from reality. You are in no position to lecture anyone about anything. Let's hear now from a member of the LGBTQIA++ community.
Yesterday, I had the absolute audacity to say, I don't care how many executive orders you sign, you still don't get to tell me who I am. Yesterday, I had the absolute audacity of saying, I don't care if you're elected to the highest station in the world, you still don't get to tell me who I am.
Let me have the audacity to tell you no one cares who you are or how you identify as long as you don't impose your delusions on us. Unless you compel the rest of us to call you what you identify as, what we know you are not, or give you access to our female-only areas, well, you be you. Just leave me out of it.